Hi Flosstube, welcome back to my channel, NBC Stitcher. I'm Matt, and today is Flosstube number 12. This is a episode about cross stitch, and today is Saturday, October 3rd, 2020. We have a few things up on the agenda for today. First of all, we have some stitching and some finish, a couple new starts, some whips, and then quite a bit of haul because I have apparently been in a buy all the things phase that has not stopped yet. So if that's something that you want to see, there's definitely quite a bit of this at the end of the video. First of all though, I want to say thank you to everybody that participated in my giveaway a couple videos ago. I've heard back from the winner. We've got that settled, so it hasn't gone out the mail yet, but it should be this next week. I'll get it going. And then thank you to everybody that has liked and subscribed and commented. I really enjoy the comments and seeing what is responding back to you and interaction that way. So I appreciate it. Hit me up on Instagram if you. You can follow me down there and send me a message or comment on one of my posts or anything like that. So I really enjoy the interactive aspect of the community, so keep it up. I appreciate it, and thank you for everything. So let's see. First, I do want to start today. I also did a non-Flosstube video that came out this last week. It's a book talk. I talk about some of the different books that I like or things that I've been watching or listening to, some podcasts and different things. So it's if you're looking for something else to do while you're stitching, then there's some good audiobook recommendations and that kind of stuff. I go through a lot of things. I have continued to read, and so I have quite a few more that I think I'll do it again in a couple weeks. So I liked doing that, and I would like to keep that up. And so if there are any books, if you do like that, if you see anything or hear anything that you think might be interesting, or think of something that I might like, feel free to let me know about it. I appreciate that. I have found several books that I enjoyed from recommendations from other people, so it's definitely something that I like and pay attention to. So all right, well, let's get into the stitching then. Okay, first up we have a finish, and this is Trans Wizard's Welcome, and this is by Abby Top Knot Stitcher. I don't think I showed this in my last video because I think I finished it within the last 2 weeks, but this is a lightning bolt in the colors of the trans flag. Now I did it in étoile color, so it's not the called for, and I just kind of changed it to what would work in the étoile palette. So this is on a piece of unknown count Ada that is purple, and I got this in a grab bag from Bestitch Me. I also did the Breonna Taylor piece from Abby that she released as a charity chart a couple months ago on another piece from the same grab bag. Now this is, I will be finishing it on stretching it over a piece of canvas, and I've heard people talk about putting it in front of their Harry Potter books on their bookshelf. I think that's a great way to display it, and that's definitely what I'll be doing as well. It is a free pattern. It's available on Abby's Instagram, and yeah, so it's a great way to kind of reclaim some of the stuff that has been going on because of who the author turned out to be. So, okay, let's see. New starts. That was my only finish, and I don't have any fully finishes this week. Okay, so the first step in my new starts is Miss Cherry Blossom from Mirabilia. I started this on the 22nd as part of the Start a Mirror in September Sal. which was done by Aaron Two Martini Stitcher and Resist Stitch. That yeah, and so I am doing this on a piece of 32 count Lugana from Fortnite Fabrics. This is the right way. This is the color is Buttercup, and it was a Fabric of the Month color from, I think, April or March. It was earlier in the year, but it's on their colorful line. It's this great orange and yellow. I think mine's a little bit more orange, but there's parts of it that are more yellowy, and it's a great fabric. So I really have been enjoying this. I didn't get a whole lot stitched. I stitched on it a couple nights, but some other stuff as well. But yeah, I'm really liking it, coming along. My needle minder here is the one I got from Fire Poppies. They sent me a couple weeks ago. The reason why I'm using that on this project is that Miss Cherry Blossom is the first time I ordered from Fire Poppies, I got Miss Cherry Blossom and then some fabric that and some other stuff, but this was one of the first pieces. So I thought it would be fitting to put the Fire Poppies, use the Fire Poppies needle minder with it. So I am really enjoying it. And then this Grime Guard is from DLK Crafts. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Okay, so my next new start is from is the Hello Dear pattern from, or stitch along from Caterpillar Cross Stitch. It's a mystery stitch along, so you don't get everything, but the first part was released on the 29th, and this is what it looks like. Sorry about the glare. Yeah, so you get the floss colors and all that beforehand. So I actually started it twice, because the first time I started it, I got along and I was like, these colors are not working on this fabric. I haven't unpicked it yet, so I'll show you. This is also fabric that I was going to be in haul, so it actually, well, it's not too bad. So I just kind of did a little start here in the middle. There's this little poinsettia and part of this robin, and then there's a little leaf here and a little leaf up here. I love this fabric. This is 18 count Ada opalescent from Bestitch Me in the Stellar colorway. I love this. I really wanted to do, I ordered this specifically to do Hello Dear on. I knew it was a chance. It was like, well, it's dark, it may not, there's blues, I don't know, it might work, we'll see. But I also really love this fabric, so I am definitely going to figure something else to stitch on it. But it was the first time I've actually stitched on opalescent anything, and it was pretty nice. I mean, it's a little stiffer than the regular Ada, but it's definitely nice to stitch on. I do, and the pattern is, the fabric is gorgeous. So I'm gonna find something else to do on it. I'm sure there will be plenty of things that come out that I can find something. Probably have some stuff that I can put on it, but yeah, the more colors I put in that were too close to the fabric, and just, it's like, well, maybe I'll back stitch around it, because I had to do that on the last one, but there was just too much. So I went through my stash and I found something that I think is actually going to be really good. So this is also 18 count Ada. This is Harold by Picture This Plus. And yeah, so I redid the poinsettia and then part of the bird and one of the leaves. So you can see everything. It's definitely going to stand out. I really have enjoyed this. So I think I've done one other thing on 18 count Picture This Plus Ada that I can think of off the top of my head. And this is kind of, you know, I know some people don't like Picture This Plus Ada because it's too like soft, or it seems like you split the threads more. I agree with that. I don't mind the softness, but I do think it's incredibly important to get it. For me, it works well when I get it really tight on the Q-snap. So, I mean, where it's like, that makes it a lot easier to not, to get in the right hole and to make the stitch look a little bit more uniform. But I am doing them all in the same size because I would like to finish them similarly. I'm working on getting Hello Pumpkin finished, and I'd like to do them in like a pillow. So we'll see about that. But yeah, I restarted it yesterday, last night, and I got this far with it. I really think it's gonna look great with this. I'm happy, or maybe not last night. I started it the night before last, just a little bit, I think. Yeah, I did. So I finished up the poinsettia and the bird. Or maybe, I don't remember. I was working on one and then I switched to the other, and it was sometime in the last couple of days. It's been a kind of stressful, long week, or at least through Thursday was kind of long. I took yesterday afternoon off because we had some different projects that were due, one on Tuesday and one on Thursday, and that kind of back to back, just adds a lot of extra time, and I didn't get a lot of sleep in the last few days before that. So I have been enjoying my weekend so far and had plenty of sleep to recover. So, all right, so that's all the new starts. I do have one other restart, though, so I'll talk about that. Last week, or 2 weeks ago, I pulled out one of my Heaven and Earth designs. I actually ended up pulling up both, but we'll talk about one first. And so, let me see. And I did. Okay, so this is the pattern, and I looked for this recently and I didn't see it, so I don't know if you're going to be able to get it. It's called Intimate Encounter, and the art is Sandra Santera, I think is her name. So that is the finished design, what it's going to look like. I have restarted this same project 4 times. All of this fabric issues, this is also the first aid I ever started, the first like full coverage like this kind of thing that I ever did. So the first time I started it, I was like, well, I know everybody says they do these on white, or that's the most common, but there's like a colored fabric that would look great and have a little border around the whole side. Yeah, it was a blue, and it also made it really hard to see, and I didn't like it. I also didn't have Pattern Keeper at first, and so that was another issue. And then switching over to Pattern Keeper and then the blue, it was not good. So I switched it out. I went to a 25 count, and that was 25 count. I think it was sapphire blue. It was a Zweigart, standard color, or maybe Witchelt. But then I switched to 25 count white Lugana, and I was doing it 1/1 full cross, and then I was like, no, this is not, I don't like this, because by that time I'd already started another one on the same thing, and then I saw people talking about doing them in tent stitch. It's like, well, that would be nice because it saves time. There's still a lot of detail, but I was trying to figure out what would give me enough coverage with, and so like I could do it with the right amount of floss, strands, and how I'm going to do that. So I bought 32 count Lugana, and I went with the easy grid because like, well, this may be helpful. And I started that, and at first was like, oh yeah, that's fine. So this is that, and then I worked on it some more because I saw Noah Stitches. He was starting his, and he was like, you should work on one of yours too. I was like, okay, well, so I put some more work into it, and then I realized that 2/1 on 32 count, even in tent stitch, is really bulky, and it was really warping it, and I didn't like, it was getting really hard to finish off the colors in the blocks, and I didn't like it. So I thought, okay, well, why don't I just switch to one strand and see how that works. So you can see, like here, I switched to one strand, which was pretty good. There's some cover, I mean, you can still see some of the white, but, you know, some of the people I saw online were like, you know, when you wash it and dry it, that really kind of fluffs out the fibers. You might not, it might reduce some of the white background that you're seeing through it. Like, okay, well, but I filled in some more, and I got some more of the block. Well, I didn't actually get a whole block of it in, but I got enough of it to realize this is not working for me. So I ordered 28 count Easy Grid Lugana. So I restarted it on that. So 4th time is the charm. And so I have done not quite as much, but I got a good start. And I'm doing it 2/1 tent stitch on 28 count. And I am loving this. I really enjoy these, enjoy it, the speed it's going through. I've really been having a good time. So yeah, I'm really happy with this and really enjoying it. So I'm definitely going to be working on this more and doing some more on it. I'm kind of doing a weird hybrid. So I also figured out how to really do the loop start. I thought I knew how to do the loop start and didn't like it, and realized that's because you weren't actually doing it right. But I realized I watched a video about how to actually do it, and then I realized, oh, makes it easier. It's cleaner. So I started doing that, and then so I parked some, and then I've kind of been going in the diagonal. Another thing I realized the last time I did it on the 32 count piece is I got a little off it sometimes when I kind of kept going a little bit further out, because I started to do like cross country color completion. Well, not color completion, because I would like stitch a color and then switch to another color, but kind of go through the full thread. And I got a little off at some places, and part of that was because I didn't have good guideposts of other things around it. So I'm kind of sticking to 1 or 2 diagonals, filling those in, and then kind of working my way. I did kind of work in this top one a little bit more, and then finishing off this diagonal down here because I moved some stuff around and I wanted to do it before I forgot about it and put it down. But the next time I work on this, I'll be finishing up and kind of working in a diagonal. I like that. I've done that on my other Heaven and Earth, and I've enjoyed that. So this is my last restart, hopefully for a while, because that's not fun. But I'm a lot happier with this, so I'm happy that I've done it. Okay, speaking of Heaven and Earth design, I did work a little bit on my other piece. So this is Once Upon a Fairy Tale. The art is by Amy Stewart. I'll show you a picture. It's not the best picture, but and I'm doing it the regular. Well, I think it's the regular size, not max color, just regular. And so I am doing this on 25 count Lugana 1/1 full cross. And so I just did a little bit. I think maybe 50 stitches. It's not a huge amount, but I'm working in the diagonal, finishing those up. I had a little bit left that was parked in this diagonal that I'm working on, and then I've started going back and filling in with things that I didn't have the thread. So the basic method that I'm using here is when I start work on a new diagonal, I work on the parked stuff at the bottom and work my way up, and then I will pull out new threads for for stuff I didn't have parked, and then work my way up again, and then I'm into the next diagonal. I use these my needle minders here that I've made kind of help me keep track of where, like, to move stuff so that I don't stitch over it, or I keep track of where these spark threads are. It's kind of just my own system of what I've figured out works for me. So I kind of like, if I'm not working on this one, once I start working on this one, I move these threads up here, except for the one that I'm working on. And then as I finish, I tie them off back here, and then kind of wind them, and then go from there. I did pull back the Q-snap, the grime guard, because it's a little bit closer to the edge, because I've kind of twisted it around, and I didn't want to stitch on the edge. So, and if I have the grime guard in place, you're not going to see it as much because it kind of covers up some of it. But yeah, so that's that one. I have enjoyed this. At this point, I'm not planning on restarting this one for a couple reasons. I've got like, I don't remember where it said on Pattern Keeper. It's over 3,000. But I'm not, I don't know. I'm going to keep working on the 28 count on the Intimate Encounter and see how that's going. If it's going really quickly and I really like it, I might restart Once Upon a Fairy Tale. But I don't know. I still like it. The thing I like about it, though, about doing it in tent stitch, is that it takes half as long because you're only doing one stitch. You're not doing a second stitch. So I kind of see more progress quicker. So I like that. But otherwise, I really enjoy... I'm going through phases of, like, I haven't been working on these for the last few months, and then I pulled them back out, and I've really enjoyed working on them recently. So... that's that. I would like at some point to get, I keep looking, but they're out, I think, as far as, and there's delays in production, but the corner clamps for the Lowry stand, to get it all situated and everything. So that's that. Alrighty, okay. We just have a couple more whips. So, Singy Stitches Blueberry is the next one that I'm going to talk about. So this I started before the last video, but here is her. Really beautiful. Noah Stitches had done the Patriotic Woman from Singy Stitch. She's available on Etsy. And she has another one that is Watermelon, which I think is another woman of color, like a Latinx person. And she... Sorry about that. The mailman came, and so... I know, it's okay. We'll get in a little bit. We're all right. Anyway, so... Blueberry. So this is how far I've gotten on her. So I've been working on her dress. I had up here part of her arm done, and I moved down here onto the dress to get a lot more of it. This is the bottom of the dress, so I've reached the bottom, and then I'm kind of working my way up. There's one more little stripe of this blue that I'm trying to finish up. Otherwise, this is the edge here on that side. And then she has shoes and feet down here, but I'm kind of filling this and then kind of moving that way. So I've really enjoyed this. This is on 32 count African Daisy Jobelin by Witchelt, which is one of their, hand dyed, or, I mean, it's on both sides, so I think it is dyed. And the, hey, Augie. Come here. Come here. Come here. Give me that. You don't need that. That dog will find any little piece of plastic and chew it up. But only when you're doing something that so he can get some attention. Because that's the main thing that he really wants from that. He knows he doesn't need it, but he, so this is Blueberry. This is how far I got on the dress. I really enjoyed it. It's really, there's only like 4 colors in the dress. So Noah was asking me, is it stitching up pretty quickly, and how is it, you know, and I kind of compared it to some of the Mirabilias, like the easier one, or the, not easier, but the less color, the you know, one, like a dress that's one color, and so it's got a couple different, you know, there's a few shades of the same color instead of like 5 different colors and then multiple shades in each of those. It's like that, but I think it's even, because there's only 4 blues. And so there's like a really dark one, medium, dark, medium, and light. And so I've just been moving along on this. I love it. It's a lot of, I've been kind of like filling in stuff so that I can, like, this is just going to be fill in. If I just want to do some mindless stitching of that color, that'll be the easiest thing to do. But I'm trying to do stuff where I'm paying attention to it a little bit more at first and then kind of go through there. So I've really enjoyed this pattern. I definitely want to do her other one, and if she does other patterns like this of these kinds of ladies, I'm definitely going to be interested. There is some treasure braid and beading that is called for. I plan to do that as well. I did finally get the treasure braid. I had to get it in, I think I got it from 123 Stitch because Fire Puppies was out of that color. So I did find it, but yeah, it's been really nice. I've been enjoying it, and this is my this Grime Guard is from Garon Toten Bags, and it's the I think it was Pages that they, from a couple months ago, so, or last month. I mean, maybe September, no, maybe August or late August or early September, somewhere around there. The first time I ordered from them. Okay, so next up, this is a short one because I didn't do a whole lot to it. This is Mirabilia Deco Spirits. I pulled this out last night. I had been working on Blueberry, and I finished up a strand, and I didn't want to start a whole new one, but I wanted to do something. So I pulled this out because it was in reach. But this is Air Spirit. I'm doing all of these individually. And I'm doing it on 32 count, just white Lugana. And then I've subbed out the Krynic for Treasure Braid, but otherwise it's the called for. And I just added a little bit more down here of the Treasure Braid. So I didn't do a whole lot, but that's where I got to. And that leads me to my last whip. So this is the Dark Queen of the Seas Sal from Autumn Lane Stitchery. And I have not started part 2. I've only finished part 1, but I did finish part 1. So when we were doing this one, you know, the part 1 was these 3 fish. So I kind of broke it up. I did 1 fish, one week, another fish, another week, and then the 3rd fish. And then I went back into the eyeballs and the back stitch in the last week, which was really quite quick because it was only, you know, what, 14 stitches, 15 stitches, and then back stitch. So it went pretty well. I really am enjoying this. The next part is released, and it's kind of this bodice part that kind of goes right here. This is kind of deceptive. I think it stitches pretty quickly. Maybe I stitch quickly. And I do stitch quickly, and I'm not that big of like, I mean, I want them to look uniform, but I'm not like restitching shit all the time because I'm like, oh no, let's just, okay, that could have been better, let's move on. Because when you stand back and look at it, it still looks great. At least that's my experience. I'd rather get more things done and look pretty good than less things and be perfect. But it's this bodice part of her, of the Dark Queen in the middle, and I think Vicky Stitch and Button was saying that it was to me, well, some other people on Virtual Stitchers, but that it's like 2,000 or 3,000 stitches or something. It's quite a bit in there. So that'll be interesting. I will get that started. It's just one big kind of chunk, so I'm not sure how I'm going to break it up or how I'm planning to attack it. But I do think for a month, they're still quite doable. Like these fish, each of these fish are not tiny. There's a lot of stitches in each of them, but they're pretty. You can manage it easily to still stitch on other stuff. You're not rushing to get this done for the next part. I am not being as not forceful, as diligent maybe with my caterpillar cross stitch stitch along, as far as, the next piece will release in a week, and I'm not planning to be done with part 1 by that time. She's releasing each part every 2 weeks, and so there's quite a bit to do in each of those. I'm not trying to keep up with that, but this one seems more manageable to get this done in the month, and then the next one by the next month. So this is also a full year stitch along, and Caterpillar Cross Stitch Hello Dear is going to be done by Christmas. So before Christmas, because I think it's a 6-week time that it's between part 1 and the last part coming out. You're not going to be done on the day the last part comes out, but that's how it's working. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So I will be working on that, I think, and then now we're at the haul part. So if this is not something that you want to see all these things, then look away. Or it was nice seeing you, and I'll see you again in the future. So I have kind of a bigger box because it didn't fit in my little container. So first of all, this is not fully finished yet because it just came in the mail yesterday, and I wanted to make sure it fits, and so this is from Stay Home Stitches, which they are going out of business. So they did these frames with a built-in hoop. So like it comes with the hoop and then the frame, and then but the frames are custom made and painted, or at least, yeah. So I bought this. This is a geometric seahorse that I did this year. I finished it several months ago, and this is on 32 count white Lugana. This is to go in my bathroom with the colors that go in there. So I changed the colors to match what I wanted to do, and then I was going to do it just in a normal hoop, and then I saw Amy Loves Toads talked about these people. She got a frame from them, and I was like, oh, that would be great, let me look. And I saw that they had this light blue color. I thought that might work. I tried it. I really like it, so I'm going to get it finished off in the hoop and then hang it up in my bathroom. It came in the mail yesterday, and I didn't want to do it last night, and I haven't wanted to do it today. So it's on the agenda. I have quite a few things to finish, and I have all the stuff to finish them, so I really should do it today. But yeah, I really like that, but it did take a little bit of time to get it. I think I ordered it like 6 weeks ago, and I remember thinking, oh, it's been a little bit. So I went and looked, and I was like, oh, they're going out of business, and they said that there's going to be delays. Okay, well, I'm not in any rush. I just wanted to make sure I still get it. And then was like, darn, because it's a really cool idea, and you get, a frame, and you just finish it in the hoop, and then you put the hoop inside the frame. It's a really great idea. So you're a little limited in size, obviously, but they had some of these elliptical hoops. They have the round frames that did that. I don't know when their cutoff was. They were still taking some orders, but the owner, she was in graduate school and is completing her degree and she doesn't anticipate having the time to keep up with it that she did when she was in school. So she's moving on, and unfortunately they're closing their doors, but I was happy to get this one, and so but fair warning, you may not be able to get it. I don't know if the cutoff is reached for them to accept more orders or what they're doing. So, okay, now let's talk about this one. So I ordered this Riolis kit. I showed the other one last time. I ordered 2 of these. Augie, it's okay. From Amazon, and I got one of them, and then another one came later. So they're both bonsai trees. The other one is like a blue and pink one, and this is more greens. But I really like these. I don't know when I'm gonna start them, but I wanted to have them so that I could in the future. But they come with all the threads. They come with 14 count Ada. I'm probably gonna switch it out to something else, but I do like it does look easy to work with, and yeah, I think it's even, I don't think it's like on 6 strand, I think it's like 1 strand of fiber, looking at the card. You see that? I can't really see that, but I think it's 1 stranded, and then you just like, that's interesting. I haven't opened them yet to figure it out, but okay. So let's do this one next. Okay, also what I ordered when I ordered that, I ordered one of the Lenart kits. I ordered it on Amazon. It came from a shop in England, and several people have been doing these kits, but Julie, Kansas City Girl, and a Colorado World started one of these. There's quite a few women of color patterns from this designer, and there's just some great designs. So I looked through, I found this one. It's called, so the name on the box says Asian Lady in Blue, but I've also seen it called Sakura, which I believe is cherry blossom in Japanese. I really liked this one. There's several others that I liked. These are not inexpensive, but you get everything. It comes with like, I think it's 27 count even weave, maybe? So, I don't, yeah, and then, and all the floss and everything, so yeah, it's really pretty. I don't know when I'm going to start it, because I keep just buying stuff, but yeah. I probably will use the fabric. It's just white, but I think on that pattern, white would look good, versus trying to do something that might take more to figure out a color that would work. Okay, so fabrics. So I got my Fortnite fabrics of the month in this week. So I do 32 count even weave from them, and I get both their color and neutral fabric. So the color this month is called Morning Glory. It's this beautiful blue modeling. I really love this. So blue is my favorite color for, if I haven't said that before, it definitely is, and you could probably tell because of all the blue things that you see me show. But I really love this. I love having blue fabric to choose from in my stash because I have several. But yeah. And then the neutral color this month is called Burgundy Truffle, and it is a great neutral that has a good variation in color. So yeah, you can see that it's really pretty. they're doing a great job with their monthly colors, and then they have a whole bunch of, it's been a while, but they've released a second permanent collection, so you can get those, order from them. Like many dyers, there's a delay because of them getting the raw materials to do, the fabric. It doesn't, it still takes time to get that, and there's a lag in the production and delivery of all that, so it's not instantaneous, but that's expected, so we shouldn't complain about that. Okay, and then I did not, sorry about the crinkle, I didn't plan all of this well. So I participated in a couple Friday night fight nights, as well as the fabric of the month, and I ordered some fabric from Brandy at Be Stitch Me. So first of all, this is the first Friday night fight night fabric that I got. This is a 32 count opalescent Lugana, and this is in the new color Reef that Brandy did for one of her, not this last Friday night, but the 2 weeks before that, so middle September. This is gorgeous. I just love this. I think it would be perfect for a nice, I'm not a big mermaid person, but if that would look great for a mermaid, it would look great for other fairy type of Mirabilias or Nora Corbetts. There's quite a few that I think would look great on that. So I am very excited to work on that, to use that for something. And it was one where when I got it, I sent Brandy a message. I was like, you outdid yourself on this one. I mean, this color is great. I love it. You do great things. So, and then I ordered this one. This is a 32 count Jobelin, in the S'mores colorway, which just is great. I mean, I like a strong fabric, so I have a couple ideas of what I was going to do with this. So I wanted to get it. She did this in a Friday night fight night months ago, and I didn't get any, and I was like, I kept thinking, and okay, I'm gonna order one and then do that. So I have been getting more of the Jobelin. The more I stitch on it with other things, I really like it. I like Lugana too, but I feel like the Jobelin, it's a little bit, you have to be a little more delicate with it, but it doesn't seem to have as much resistance as some of the 32 count Lugana. So for that reason I like it, and I don't like, I'm not a big fan of linen, so there's that. So, because of the unevenness of the linen. So I like an even fabric. Okay, I think I have some more Be Stitch Me. I don't think I have my fabric of the month. I got it. The pumpkin pie. I put it in a kit. So maybe I showed it last week. If I didn't, I don't think I did. I think I just put it straight into a... No, I did show it. Okay. Anyway, so I also participated this last week. She did another Friday night fight night, and she used the autumn colorway again. She had several other fabrics of different things. I still love this fabric, this colorway, so I picked up a 32 count Lugana from that as well. I'm not folding it up backwards, or right. I did get, but I also got 2 giveaways. One from this last Friday night, and one from, it wasn't a Friday night, it was just a normal, I had ordered during the week, and her Saturday giveaways. So that one, I got this 28 count Lugana Neptune, which is a gorgeous light blue gray. It's a little more gray. I think it's more blue in person than what you're seeing. at least according to the screen that I have. But yeah. And then this last one, I got a chart. She gave away, I got this Albero del Hielo. I don't remember Albero. It's Italian. This is from Alessandra Adelaide. And I think it's tree, but I don't know what Albero is, and I didn't look it up beforehand. But Del Hierro, I think, is of winter, I think. So like Tree of Winter maybe, because she has several of these different trees, and it seems like they're for each season. But I really like her kind of curvy patterns. I've seen several of them. I haven't ever ordered one of hers before or stitched it, but I liked it and I thought, well, I'll try that. So I put my name in and I got it in the giveaway, so at some point I will be doing this one as well. And then, so I ordered from Garon Toten Bags. I got, I'm not going to pull this out of the fabric thing. So they had some bags and grime guards, and I bought another 11 by 11 grime guard from them. It's woof. It says there's all sorts of dog stuff on it. At some point I'm going to start Dog's Declaration, and I figured that would be great to have that for that when I get around to it. I know I've talked to Julie about it, but we haven't figured out a date, but I think I definitely want to start it at some point. I do have fabric for it now. So, and then I picked up some just plain 32 count white Lugana that they had as well. So I ordered a fat quarter of that. And then I got my nest egg, and I do the Threadworks colors, the 20-yard skeins of Threadworks, and it's in the way it works, I think it's closed though, so but there's a Google form that you fill out. I think there's a waiting list though, so if you can look for it, but you say what kind of threads you want and you get a number of them. So for the Threadworks, it's 10 of them. Yeah, you get 10 skeins, and she's going in alphabetical order from the names. And so right now we're in the middle of the B's. Well, we got through B. Well, there's some B's and C's. And so sometimes things change, and she may have to fill one color in with something else. But here's the colors that I got. So, okay, this is 1159, which is Calypso bulbosa, which is a nice purple, pink to taupe kind of contrast, which is really nice. This is 1156, which is Botanic Garden. So this is kind of a green to, well, like a light taupe, purple to green kind of combination there. Really nice. Kind of more on the pastel or like muted side, I guess. This is 1095, which is Cactus Flowers, which is a nice light pink to green with a cream in there. So that's pretty. This is 11631, and this is Brass Hardware. So it's a gold to yellow kind of variation to it. It's pretty subtle, but it's really nice. This is 11622, which is Butter Rum. And this is a light cream, kind of almost to green, and then to taupe, or like to brown. I don't know how to describe that, but and then this is 190, which is Caribbean Surf. So this is a green, like a bright teal to a green color. This is 11382, which is Blue Swirl, which is a nice teal to dark teal blue on the blue side of teal It's really nice. Like that color. This is 1154, which this is Bradley's Balloons, which is a rainbow color. This is 1025, which is Blue Navy. So it is a variation from dark blue to kind of a light blue. There's a big variation to it, so that's nice. This is 1114, which is Caramel Candy. It's kind of like a cream to a light tan caramel color. It's very nice. So this is the first time I've done, well, this is like the second month that I've gotten it, but I started this relatively recently, and I'm starting out with Threadworks. She has other different kinds, but she's limited it because of the production problems or delays, not problems, but delays from different dyers from different, like Classic Colorworks and Gast, both have been impacted by shutdowns and trouble getting the cotton in, and other things. So, I also from Garon, I bought a pattern. I bought another Mirabilia, surprise, surprise, and this is Christmas Queen. I'm not going to take her out of the plastic, but this is one of the Holiday Queen, I think, is she's also seen, or actually I think that may be her name. It's a little, Royal Holiday is her name, and in parentheses it says a Christmas Queen. But she's gorgeous. There's some whisper in there, so that might be an interesting journey, but she is pretty, so at some point she's going into the collection for now. I also ordered from Be Stitch Me another piece that was further down in my thing. This is 40 count Verdal Phoenix, and it's a yellow with some red to it, and it being the Verdal, it's a little lighter than it comes out on some of the other fabrics, but it's really gorgeous. It's what I wanted, so I'm using this on the Elemental Dragons Fire, because I'm doing all of them on 40 count Verdal, so I'll be doing that with that. I still don't know the floss yet, but I haven't even finished Earth yet, so I got time. I bought the other, I think this is from 123 Stitch, because I think it was out at the other places that I looked when I was ordering from other places. But this is Royal Games 1, which is the other double-sided Queen card that I have. Royal Games 2, which is the Diamond and Clubs suits, and this is Hearts and Spades. So this is... and I still plan to redo the faces and some of probably the hair as well on some of these ladies to make them look a little bit more like drag queens. Specific drag queens, I haven't decided who I'm doing yet, who I'm going to try to do. But this is, I wanted to make sure and get this, so I had all 4 of them so I can figure out what I'm going to do. And then I didn't put it in here, but I did order some treasure braid and some beads and stuff for different projects that, but I just put them into there. I'm not going to take that out. Okay, I ordered another Joan Elliott design while I was ordering from 123 Stitch, and this is the For Geisha, which is the title of it, and I think, there you go. So, I liked that. I thought that might be good to do at some point in the future. And then I ordered some different fabrics from Fire Poppies. If you saw Steel City Stitchers did their, they have some, they had, I don't know if you can still get in it, but they're going to be having more. So Jody has started dyeing fabric to sell through Fire Poppies, and they had some 28 count even weave that they, I think it was Lugana, but, oh, all of the, okay, so I just bought some just regular Lugana, different colors to just have some more kind of basics in my stock. So I got 32 count lime from Witchelt, and I got a fat quarter of it, but there's no modeling to it, it's just, you know, solid color. So I got that. I figured there might be something that I need to do. And then I bought 32 count charcoal Lugana from Witchelt. So that is this one. It's a nice alternative to black. And I also got a fat quarter of that. And then I bought Silver Moon 32 count Lugana, which is not white, but it's a little bit more like silver gray color to it. And also 40. This is not the, there's no modeling to it. So, yeah. So, and that's the end of it. So you can see there's definitely a big container and a lot to it. So, yeah, I think well, not quite half my time of this Flosstube was from haul, but I'm not going to say that that's not going to happen in the future, because when I didn't show, there was the Heaven and Earth Design sale this last week, and because I've been working on my Heaven and Earth designs and full coverage stuff, I've been kind of paying attention to that and some other of the different full coverage companies, and it's like, oh, yeah, I do want to get some. So I didn't get pictures or do print out the pictures to show them yet. I'll do that in a future one probably, but I did. That sale got me. So, I mean, it wasn't too bad because it was 50% off everything, and I didn't buy everything on my wish list because I didn't want to. But yeah, I did get a few. I went for kind of more of the like story keeps or smaller pieces of a bigger piece type thing. Some big ones, like some full-size charts as well. But yeah, so anyway, well, that's pretty much it for me. I have been stitching. I'll continue to stitch in the future, obviously. This next week I've got, I'm going out of town for a business trip for part of the week, so I'll be gone, and then I'll definitely take stuff with me to stitch in the evenings and that kind of stuff. So, but yeah, it'll be kind of, it's the first time I'm going somewhere during all this, so it'll be a little different. We're driving, we're not flying, so there's that aspect, but there's still going to be, you know, be a new place and all that. So anyway, that's pretty much it for me this time. I hope you all continue to have a good time. Keep up the stitching, and you know, keep enjoying it, and see y'all later. Bye.